Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 premium SPG that most people know as a leFhy or a leaf blower, but we know as Fifi La Pew Pew. This one is on the east spawn of Studzianki and it's under the command of SpybotAF. It's a German 105mm light field howitzer, the most produced Arty that they made during the war, and it was mounted on top of a captured Char B1, which made it a Butte Panzer, a prize Panzer. Okay, he's looking towards the centre line, and we've noticed the T67 moving down. There's something very odd about the reticule there. He fired at the T67. We didn't see the shell, but the reticule's slightly off from the aim point. Now we're using a non-mods client, but apparently the shells don't appear to be going exactly where the player is aiming. Now looking towards the Covenanter up near the north in the woods, lining up the shots. Rounds out. Ah, we saw the shell that time, and he did hit the Covenanter for 143. Rounds out. Oh, and he killed him with the next shot, even though it was a blind kill. He's aiming towards the T67. We've got that problem again. Apparently the reticule doesn't appear to match the aim point. Not sure what's going on there. Maybe a mod error. We saw the shell. It went towards the T67 where he's aiming. It's just the reticule appears to be in the wrong place. Didn't see where that one landed. Rounds out. Nope, didn't see that one either. This is very peculiar. We do see some mod errors. Oh, he killed the T67, another blind kill. I think this is a mod error actually, more than anything. I did say this is a non-mod client, but it appears that the reticule mod is on there as well. So maybe that's affecting how the replay is coming out. He's aiming towards the RAM 2. Near miss. Trying to go for him again. Blind shots. Didn't see a fall of shell at all. Rounds out again. Yeah, we're not seeing the shells, and we're not seeing any of the enemies at the moment either. Very peculiar. Okay, Churchill 1. And he's blown up before the shell arrives. Okay, he's loaded again. Yeah, it appears to be very odd because the gun appears to be aiming towards the reticule, but the shells are actually going to the target. So I don't think this is any cheating mod, any aimbot or anything like that. It's just very, very peculiar that the gun is looking one direction and the shells are going in a completely different one. I think there's an error somewhere in the system for this. He's following the Chi-Nu at the moment, trying to get a shot on him. Lines it up, rounds out. Chi-Nu backs up, doesn't get any damage. The enemy Arty's been spotted. They let it lie. He's letting it dial in. He fires a round in, and he's killed the gorilla. Another blind kill, but he was aiming that one based on where he knew the gorilla was. It wasn't any cheating at all there. Okay, he knows where the RAM is. Fires a round, and we saw the shell that time, and it did hit the target. Okay, it should be dialed in. Rounds out again, and no sign of the shell. This is probably one of the most peculiar games I've actually commented on for quite some while. Rounds out. Oh, we got a hit there. He was leading the target. Well, not leading it as such. He was aiming ahead of the target, estimating where it would be. and he estimated that one fairly well. We've lost sight of the RAM 2, and yet again you can see the guns pointing one way and he's firing in a completely different direction. Yeah, it does look to me like there's something up with the game here. That's why it's giving that impression. Because when he aims at a target, he is firing at that direction. So where we're seeing the mark at the moment, he's now aiming at the Wolverine. And we're seeing the shells hit the target because, of course, he is getting damage on them. Rounds out on the Wolverine. Big hit. 214 from that one. Direct hit. He's now aiming for that corner. There might be an Arty up there. There's only one Arty left on the enemy team. It's an M41 HMC and only one tank destroyer left, and that's a Stug 3G. Oh, the M41's been spotted. He's actually down here. There you can see the rescue is to one side of the aim point. He's fully dialed in now. Rounds out. And yes, he was aiming at that point, even though the reticule's to one side, he got a direct hit and it killed the M41. And the Gorilla's been killed, the Stug's been killed, so that's the end of this replay. In the second replay, we've got RaySpruance in the Fifi, the 105 leFH18B2, on the north spawn of Mines. Game started. Now I wonder if we're going to get the same mod problem on this replay. Well, we'll just have to see. Oh, Ray's playing with his mouse button again. Yeah, some players do have a habit of mucking around with their mouse keys whilst they're playing the game, and going in and out like that really can upset a lot of people, not just the viewers but also some of the content creators. I know that Jingles doesn't like it one iota. The only way you can get around it, of course, is to take control of the camera. And yes, we appear to have fixed the mod problem because he's getting shots on target now. The Chinu Kaya premium Japanese medium came up to the center line, took a round, and now he's out the game. 2 shots, that's all it took. 630 hit points of damage. In fact, I think that first shot was a penetrating shot because the Fifi, the 105mm round, will do 410 alpha and penetrate 53mm of armor, and he got a 410 hit point hit with that first shot. Had a quick look at that KV-1's come up on the right side or the east side of the map. There are some enemy tanks down there. He's found an IKV-103 Swedish tank destroyer. Very thin armor. Direct hit. And that's another penetrating shot for 375. A low roll. And the IKV has been destroyed by the Gorilla. Rounds out in the KV-1. Direct hit again, but this time round only 24 hit points. So he didn't penetrate them, but he did hit the tracks, I think. That KV-1 has been tracked. He's still there. Rounds out. Direct hit. In fact, there seems to be quite a few shells that are actually hitting that KV-1. So he's probably still tracked. Rounds out again, and he hits it again. It's still there, but it's down to minimal hit points now. Next round should kill him. And it does. So that's the second kill now for RaceBruins. Okay, we've got an AT2 way down in the south. He's facing a Panzer T25, in fact a pair of Panzer T25s. And that shell appears to miss him because he went unsighted for a brief moment. He's hiding behind that rock, and I think he's probably going up to the bushes just ahead of him. Okay, line it up. Unfortunately, that shell... Oh, he was lucky there. The RNG actually put the shell a little further longer than it actually was aimed, and... Oh, now the enemy Arty knows where he is. He must have seen the shells coming out of this bush. So he's had to change position. That was rather sudden. He'll need to move after each shot now, because if he doesn't, the enemy Arty will fire at him and probably get him. He's going for the AT2 again, and before he can shoot, the target's destroyed. Okay, so move after each shot now, Ray, or you are toast. He's looking for the enemy Arty. Somewhere back here. It does normally help to go above. Oh, now we can see him. He was actually in that bush. Just at the back. At the very back. Yeah, you can see the tracer. He's coming out of the corner. The shells are coming out the corner. A bit further over. That's it. Rounds out. He does move after this shot. And he killed the Fifi. So he got the guy who was trying to kill him. There was only one Fifi on the enemy team. And yes, he did kill him. So that's useful. We're 2 up on the enemy now. But these two T67s are going after our Panzer T25. One of them's been wiped out, but so is the T25. Rounds out the other one. And a big hit. A penetrating shot for 377. Low roll. Rounds out again, but unfortunately the target's dead. So we're now 3 tanks up on the enemy. They've still got 2 Arty. They've got a Gorilla and an M41 HMC. Now, where are they located? Are they in that corner? Rounds out. Well, the shell landed where it was aimed, but it didn't get a kill. Rounds out again. It's a long way for the shell to go. Okay, Panzer IV Ausführung H. Lead the target, that's it. Rounds out. That was well aimed, but it fell short. RNG let it go short, and unfortunately we missed the target. So we're still 3 tanks up on the enemy. There's a possibility that one of the Artys moved into that corner. Though I'd be tempted to believe that he's actually a little further back. I was just checking really to see. There's 3 enemy medium tanks, or rather there were 3. There's now only 2. They've got a Striv M42 and a T34. And of course those 2 Arty. And we don't know where any of them are really, so I presume they're camping near their cap. And that's why they haven't been seen. Now the AT2 is making his way down the east side of the map, and he's probably going to come under fire from one of those enemy tanks very shortly, if he isn't already. He has lost half his hit points. Looking for tracer. See if we can locate where one of those enemy RT is. Oh, he spotted the Striv M42 in the hill. Yep, I'm afraid that RaceBruins has actually spotted an enemy tank who can see him, or must be able to see him, surely. He's sitting in the open. And a direct hit for 117, non-penetrating shot, and the Striv has been killed. That means there's only 1 medium tank left on the enemy team, a T34, and that Gorilla and the M41 HMC. Well, we've got tanks homing in on the enemy cap now. The AT2 is only a short distance away. And there's the T34. He was the one that was over in the corner. Oh, he's been satellite. And he dies. The KV-1 got him. So only 2 RT left, and more than likely they're over in this corner. But we just couldn't see the traces. Our AT2 is now capping, but I think he's going to ignore the cap. And, well, we platoon with the AT2. He's only got 1 kill, but if he goes in there and gets both of the enemy Arty, he'll pick up a Pascucci's medal and also a Brothers in Arms, and RaceBruins will benefit from that as well. Oh, shell landed nearby us just then, and I think that may have been from one of the Artys. Rounds out, and a big hit. The kill shot though went to the bishop, so no Brothers in Arms, and that just leaves the last remaining enemy, which is the Gorilla, and he doesn't appear to be in that corner, which means he could be over the other side. And the Stug 4 is going over there to have a quick look where I said, yes, he is there. He's just been spotted. He must have been hiding at the back. Rounds out. And a very accurate shot. Hits the Gorilla and wins the game. Here's the end of battle results, and for SpybotAF in the Fifi, he managed a second class tanker on Studzianki. He also managed to get a counter battery fire medal because he took out both enemy Artys, the Gorilla and the M41 HMC on their team. He also took out or got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills, and he also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He managed to get 12, and on top of all that, he got a high caliber because he did the most damage in that game overall with a win rate of 5,529, which is Super Unicom standard. And if we look at the team score, we can see that, yep, he did get the highest damage, 1,835 hit points. Pardon me. And on top of that, the next highest score was the Panzer IV Ausführung H with 1,149, and the Stug 3G, the last enemy to be killed, I think it was 1,033 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, he shared the top spot with that Stug 3G, both had 4 kills each, and the next highest scorer was the Panzer IV Ausführung H, who managed to get 3 kills. When it came to base XP, he's got the top on that one as well, so technically he's got the top in all 3 columns. 804 base experience points to SpybotAF, 748 went to the Panzer IV, and 693 went to the AMX CLC Biz. He fired 19 rounds in that game, 8 direct hits, 4 penetrations, 7 splash. Damage of 1,835 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 4, and on a free-to-play account he earned 28,416 credits, and after ammunition resupply took away 25,984 credits. He got 1 bond for completing a mission, and 804 base XP, times 2 for the first victory, 402 for completing a mission, 214 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 2,224 experience points altogether. So yeah, I'm afraid there was a mod error or some error causing the rescue and the aim point not to line up, but you can see from the game that SpybotAF was playing rather well. He wasn't cheating in any way. That wasn't an aimbot or anything of that nature. I think it was just purely that there was something wrong with the mechanics of that game, and it just didn't line up the gun with exactly where he was actually shooting. The shell was going where he was aiming, so it wasn't a case of he was trying to cheat in any way. It's just the way that it replayed, I'm afraid. But if we look at the next battle, that was the one with RaceBruins, and he got an ace tanker in that game. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, he got 17. Another fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got a gauze medal because he did more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points for his own vehicle. And yet again, another high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game overall. If we look at team score, we can see he managed to get 2,825 hit points in his game. The next high scorer being the KV1 on the enemy team with 1,619, and after that the Gorilla with 1,284. So they weren't really in his standard. He was way ahead of them and he was dealing a lot of damage. When it came to kills, he got the highest number of those with 4. 3 kills went to the Panzer IV Ausführung H on the enemy team, and 2 kills went to the Stug 3G on his own team, and the Bishop and the Panzer IV Ausführung H. When it came to base XP, he's got the top in that one as well. So again, he's got top in all 3 columns. 1,146 went to RaceBruins. He was the only one to get over 1,000. The next highest scorer had less than half of his XP, and that was the KV1 with 519, followed by the Panzer IV Ausführung H with 509. RaceBruins fired 26 rounds in his game, got 13 direct hits and 6 penetrations. Yes, he was getting a lot of penetrations on the enemy. Right from the very first shot he fired, he penetrated the enemy. 8 splash on the enemy. 2,825 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He received, or he did get 5 hits by way of splash damage. The enemy Arty was after him, and they kept missing him as well. 1 enemy vehicle was spotted, 9 enemy vehicles were damaged, 4 killed, and 257 hit points of damage assistance. Also on a free account, RaceBruins earned 40,392 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply took away 37,024 credits. 1,146 base XP, times 2 for the first victory, 458 for this being a premium vehicle, took away 2,750 experience points altogether. So a very good game for RaySpruance. He got 1 extra medal that SpybotAF didn't get, but of course SpybotAF got a counter battery medal, whereas RaySpruance didn't. But he did kill, at least he killed one of the Arty in the game, or 2 of the Arty actually. He killed the Fifi and the Gorilla. And of course the Fifi was the one who was after him, and it was the one who was firing at him, trying to wipe him out. I hope you enjoyed both those replays. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.